My name is Xander. I'm here with our on-campus interview. I'm here with CJ Molina. CJ, if you just want to introduce yourself real fast.
I'm CJ. I'm from Tucson, Arizona. I double major in business management and human resource management, and I play baseball here at Dickinson State.
Busy guy. How long have you been playing baseball?
Since I was 4 years old.
Golly. Arizona your whole life?
Yes.
I've noticed there's a ton of baseball players here from Arizona. How does it feel? Like, obviously today it's a pretty gloomy day, not that warm. We get into like November, December, you get a ton of snow here. What's that difference like from here in Arizona?
It was an adjustment because I had never seen snow in my life until last year when I first transferred here. It's fun, but it's hard to be playing in something I've never been in. So yeah. It's a cool experience.
Yeah,
for sure.
What school were you at before here?
I went to Paradise Valley Community College in Phoenix.
Okay. I've seen a lot of stuff on social media about the Blue Hawk World Series. I have no idea what that is. Can you just quickly explain what that is for people like me?
So they split our team in half. They split them 2 and 2, and they had a draft and everything. And the two teams play each other in a normally it's a best of 5, but we don't have as many players as last year. So it's a best of 3 this year.
Okay.
And the losing team has to buy the winning team dinner. So. Oh,
wow. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty cool. Obviously, you guys have been playing a couple games these past couple weeks, your fall baseball schedule. How's that going?
It went well. We definitely should have won more games than we did. But it's interesting because we had a lot of new guys come in this year. And there was a level of congruency I wasn't expecting this team to have, which was surprising, but it's really cool. I think we'll have a good spring.
All right, that's good. Last question for you. If baseball never existed, what sport do you think you'd be playing?
Probably golf. I mean, I'm awful at it, but probably golf.
I think everyone's pretty bad at golf, but I appreciate it, CJ. You're the man. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to this week's episode of Hawk Talk. I'm your host, Xander Beeson, and if you're seeing double, there's no need to adjust your screens. Today I'm joined by the LeBree twins. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves.
I'm Hannah LeBree. We're both from Eagle Acre, Montana. I'm a senior here playing basketball for the Blue Hawks.
Yeah, I'm Heather, and I also a senior, also from Eagle Acre. I guess you guys probably could have guessed that. And I'm also playing basketball, and I'm on the DSU rodeo team.
I'll go to you first. Just being a multi-sport athlete, how does that feel? Like, what's it like being a multi-sport athlete?
Well, I get asked that a lot, and it's a lot to handle between jumbling practices and then trying to go to weights and then get my horses to go to roping practice. But it's really fun. I think it just allows me to succeed in multiple aspects of my life, and it's also fun because you get 2 different team atmospheres, and both teams are super supportive and help me out in whatever way they can. So it's a really fun experience.
That's pretty cool. And you said you help out with the rodeo team. What do you do around for the rodeo team? What do you do?
Basically go to practices occasionally, help them run the chute, which means like loading steers for the ropers so that they don't have to get off their horses. But ultimately I just help out with the home rodeo that the Blue Hawk Stampede that just happened a few weeks ago, and then help fundraise for the club.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And obviously you guys are both in the basketball team. You guys, we were talking before the show, you've been in your 3rd week of practices. How do you think that's looking? How do you think the team's going to do this year?
You can go first. Go ahead.
I'm excited. The team this year is fun. We got a lot of new girls, and it's a totally different dynamic, which it kind of is every year. But the girls are working hard. Like, things are starting to piece together, and I think it's going to be a good year.
Yeah, I definitely say the same thing. Kind of showing everybody with a lot of new girls that there's a different level of competition when you come to college, and that there's a lot of communication stuff that is involved, and everyone's super motivated, super excited. So we're excited to have games in a couple of weeks. So yeah.
Excited to hear that. I'm excited to show up and watch some basketball. Love watching the basketball games. What's it like being able to, like, you guys obviously grew up playing sports together. What's that been like, just as long as you guys have been playing sports, playing together?
I'd definitely say there's a competitive aspect. Like, being a twin, we did everything together. Like, we were in the same classes, we were on the same sports teams. So there's always this constant competition to be better than the other one. And so when, say, Heather was succeeding and I wasn't, I'd just be irritated
Yeah.
and frustrated. And that would go into practice too. Like, it always seemed like when Heather was having an awesome day at practice, I was having literally the worst day. And so I guess it was also a good learning curve, because you learn to handle those situations, like being supportive, but also learning to overcome your struggles at the same time. But also at the same time, it's awesome being able to have someone to do all that stuff with. To college, we didn't have to really find a friend to go shoot with at the gym. We already had somebody. But yeah.
No, I just say it's really cool. People always ask if we have that twin telepathy. Like, do you always know where each other or where you are on the court, or those types of things? But in a way, it's kind of like we always just look for each other, and it's just been fun. It's different coming and playing college, because you're trying to fit in with a lot more new teammates, and then, or in high school, we played with the same like 8 people all throughout high school, and just still having each other to play with has been a really cool experience coming to college.
I assume you guys played lots of one-on-one in the driveway.
No.
Really? No?
That would end up in a fight,
Oh,
so
okay.
we didn't play a lot of
Oh,
one-on-one.
okay. I was going to ask where the record, who's won more, who's better. If you guys were to play one-on-one, who do you think would win?
No.
We always think it would flip on the day. I always say that Heather has better offensive game, and I have a better defensive game.
Okay.
So if my defense is on point, it could definitely shut her down. But
Who knows, though? It's honestly like a day-to-day basis. Like, we get asked that a lot. Like, who would win? Who knows?
a funny story though, when we were little, everyone always asked who the superior twin was. And so, like, their way of deciding who the superior twin was is we'd have wrestling matches and see who could take each other down. And I think Heather definitely won that for a while. I think the score was like 3-1, and then we kind of gave up on it. Like,
Yeah.
okay, that's maybe enough of the.
That's cool. Heather, what advice would you give to future student athletes aspiring to be multi-sport athletes?
To multi-sport athletes? Oh, geez. I would say go for it and just work as hard as you can at both. But also, don't be afraid to ask for help, because I've been very blessed to have teammates and friends that will step up and be able to go grab my horses for me to take them to rodeo practice while I can run to weights, and then just run over to the arena to go to rodeo practice, and then hustle back over for basketball practice, and they're so awesome. So yeah, I would say don't be afraid to ask for help, but also if you need to focus on one sport on a certain day, don't be afraid to just focus on that sport and then switch to the next one. And but yeah, finding balance and asking for help are 2 things that I think can help any multi-sport athlete.
All right, last question for you guys. What has been your favorite memory at DSU?
Oh my word.
If you had to pick one.
Oh, I got
good.
one.
I wonder if it's the same one.
Mine is, so our coach, Eric Nelson, his birthday is on April Fool's, and every year we pull a prank on him. What did we do? The first year we all told him we came up with excuses why we weren't going to open gym, and he was so mad. He was furious. Well, we all showed up in the locker room and then snuck up to open gym before he got there, and in like Nebraska clothes, because that's his favorite team, and he was so happy we were there. He didn't care if we played open gym or not. He was just relieved that we all showed up. And then the second year, we trashed his office.
Oh, no.
And we had pictures of his face all over the school, confetti everywhere.
We had pictures on the backboards in the gym and like in the bathrooms, like all over the gym.
And so yeah, we'll see what this year has to hold.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
I don't know what my other best memory would be, because we actually thought the same
Yeah.
one, which happens
That's
a
wild.
lot. Which-
Wild.
That happens quite frequently, which, yeah, it's kind of fun being a twin, having those same similarities, but yeah.
I don't know, can you think of another one that was?
One cool thing was we had one game were playing absolutely terrible. And I remember Coach Nelson coming into the locker room, and he kind of like got on us like, come on, you guys.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, yeah, got on us like, get after it. Well, we turned it around the second half, and it was just good to be able to hear him say like, I knew you had it in you, and that was a pretty cool moment to see it like as a team be able to turn that around. And because sometimes you can't do that. Sometimes the game's just set like that from the beginning, and if you don't start out good, you can't change it. And so
I think that was a good like sentimental moment versus all of us always joking with him all the time. So yeah.
All right, well, thank you guys for joining us. Good luck this year in basketball. Can't wait to step out and watch you guys win some games. I'm excited.
Well, thank you.
These have been the LeBree twins. Stay tuned for this week's weekly recap.
My name is Jacob Marley, and welcome to the segment A Minute with Easton, where we ask President Easton a question, and he has 60 seconds to answer. Today's question is, where do you see Dickinson State in playing athletically, conference-wise, within the future?
Well, for this year, the North Star Athletic Association. That's easy for this year. Next year, who knows? We are actively working on this. I don't have an answer. I'm going to, for the first time, not answer your question, but to tell you that we are working on things. Jamestown is now indicating some interest in having us on their schedule again as part of the North Star. We do have conversations with other conferences underway. I'm pretty confident we're going to end up with a landing spot that's going to work for our student athletes. But there's a large number of balls in the air, so I'm not going to make a prediction about what it's going to be.
No comment, huh? Awesome. Thank you so much, President Easton.
Thanks.
What's up, everybody? It's Xander again. I know you're getting pretty used to seeing my face on this week's episode, but finally here to bring you this week's weekly recap. In cross country this weekend, both teams, both the men and the women, will be competing in Yankton, South Dakota in the Mount Marty Invitational. This will be their last race until the championship set in November. For football, last week the Hawks traveled to Mayville to play against the Comets. This week they will be on bye, getting the rest that they deserve. Last week the volleyball team played against Valley City State, and then this weekend the Blue Hawks will be on the road once again to take on the Comets. Lastly, as always, I want to give a huge shout out to our spectators and supporters for always keeping Hawk Talk going. And as always, Hawks are up.